Welcome back, race fans, and we are back at a Sunset Talladega race out here in the Xfinity Series with the MMS Money Racing Series. Kevin, how are we doing this afternoon?
Super excited for this one, Luke. This is a stacked 31 car field. It's a sellout. Here, so we got some weather coming in at Talladega, it looks like. Luke, I saw some dark clouds out there.
Yeah, and it looked like it. It's a little bit of a partially cloudy afternoon out here. 20% chance of precipitation out here. 80-degree track temperature, and it's going to be a wild one out here. You know, I think it's what do we got? A 55-lap race out here. And you know I'm a big fan of these Xfinity cars and this track, so I for one, am very, very excited for this race. Wind's pretty low as well, but we're in for a good race tonight, Kevin.
Absolutely. And just to get started on the grid, how about Kyler Wynn on the pole? We've talked to him a lot this week. He seems to have the recipe out here at these super speedways. Garrett Main's on his outside. He's also had some pretty good runs lately. Nathan Harper and Jack Mace is going to be your second row. Cody Nagels and Caden Diedrich. Caden had a good run last night. Sean Corbett and Rocky Boyd. Trevor Asmanoff and Aubrey Thompson. Brian Hennings and Ethan Eckert. Chase Mastretta and Josh McCullough. Christopher Carter and Kenny Reel. Keith Job and Freddie Bassinez. James Waring and Denny Barnes. Hunter Hastings and Michael Barksdale. Brandon Broadfoot and Garrett Caswell. Quentin Steinbach and Gage Clark. Michael Wingo and Terry Wilson. Christopher and Kenny McCullough, and rounding out your 31-car field is going to be John Darnell III.
Yeah, and we're in for a treat out here, Kevin, and you have to bear with me 1 second. And we're back, race fans. I believe we're waiting for it to catch up here so I can check on the delay here on my screen and make sure it's all good before I actually start seeing shit. And yep, we're good. Welcome back, race fans. A little bit of a rocky restart there for us. It seems our UI bugged out just a little bit there as well in the proceeds, but we're racing out here with the MMS Money Racing Series, Kevin, at Talladega in the Xfinity Series. Not too sure what all the stream really got to hear there in the initial bit. We kind of had to the stream just a little bit, but we're underway out here. Cody Nagels with the lead on the inside.
Yeah, and we're 2x2 all the way through. We only missed about 3/4 of a lap. I don't know if the stream probably missed about 1 lap. Nothing crazy happened. To start this one off, it looks like your front four is going to be about your front four, except for a missing Kyler Wynn. So we're working our best to get a read on him right now.
I would like to point out, Kevin, I was reading a little bit earlier in the MMS Discord server. Let me go back and just double check before I say anything here. What was the official read on it?
It looks to me like he's running 22nd in the pack, so I wouldn't imagine a drive-through penalty.
No, it's nothing like that. To my understanding, there was an incentive. No, there was an incentive from starting from the pits.
Oh, okay, you're right. I did see that as well.
Bonus, I believe, something like that. I don't remember the specifics, but I do remember seeing something like that.
You know, let me go back, because Kenny sent that to me, and I'm just an idiot, and completely, out of sight, out of mind it. But if you start in the pits and win the race, you'll get $25 from FEG. Shout out to FEG Racing League for that little incentive.
Yeah, and that's going to be a couple of the guys starting there off in the back. They're a bit off pace right now. I want to say right around, let's cycle through there on the tower here. In that lead bunch, they're sitting about 10 seconds back right now, I want to say. But one caution, of course, in this race. We got 55 laps, so it can definitely bunch these guys right back up. But a full pack out here tonight, Kevin. And we've seen a lot of good things out here from some of these guys out here in the Master of the High Bank series out here. Wondering if they're going to replicate some of that. And we're seeing 3 wide already, Kevin, on lap 4. The back. And what's going on? What's going on, everyone? Welcome into the chat. Seeing everyone making their way in now. How are we doing tonight? Tower's a little bit bugged. Position 8 and 9, just for some reason, just will not load the number. I don't know why, but assuming most of you guys can do some math there. What comes after 7, 8, 9? Be good to go there. But yeah, third line's starting to gain some momentum here. They're catching up to the front couple times.
Yeah, and I'm seeing maybe some audio issues on our end from Jess. Jeff says he hears us fine. Just let us know if it continues. Let us know. If anybody else is having some problems hearing us, we'll work what we can out during the broadcast to make it better quality. But unfortunately, I think that's about all we can do while we're live. I know a lot of those settings you can't be live, so hopefully it's not too unbearable for you guys out there if there are some issues. But how about Cody Nagels on that middle line, a sandwich line, trying to get it done? He had the control there for a minute, but that top line really getting the speed going.
It looks good now for everybody, and I think everyone's able to hear us.
All good,
third
Chris.
line really gaining some momentum there. They've about caught up to those two lead lines now, Kevin. They got vehicles. I think they got about 5 or 6 vehicles with them at the moment.
Yeah, and Kenny Real had a taste of the lead there for a second. He started back in 16th place, so I mean that top line it gives and it takes Luke's, but I imagine if he can get clear, he's going to want to drop on in to one of his bottom two lines and play it safe towards the front.
Oh,
Nathan
yeah.
Harper, though, in control now.
I can't lie to you, Kevin. The sunset out here at Talladega is beautiful. I cannot lie. Easily one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know Talladega night races were possible. I don't know if this will be considered a night race or if it'll stay like a sunset vibe throughout the entire night. But I know they don't have lights around the whole track in real life, I think.
No, I don't think so, but we'll
Outside of the
see.
movie.
No. It's just, if by some miracle anybody at the Talladega, track in real life is somehow watching this broadcast, install some fucking lights, please. Do some Talladega night races. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but right now all we got's iRacing, and Sean Corbett's leading that right now. That inside line got to work, and they made some moves in 3 and 4, but there's some bumping going on. It looks like it's Brian Hennings and Cody Nagels.
Bit of a stack up on the inside line there. You see them dissipate about 5 or 6 cars back, and that's going to probably slow their momentum a little bit through the turn here.
Hey Jeff, it's Luke's computer. I know he has, what is it, you have a 4060?
Yeah, my GPU isn't the best. It's like a 4060, but my CPU is I think it's a Ryzen 9 9800 X3D or something. All I know is it had a hefty price tag at the computer store.
I will say that's a lot better than my 2060, so there's a reason you're running the streams out here, Luke. But Nathan Harper on the inside line and Cody Nagels on the second, they're getting it in. They are making some moves, and they've really put that third lane in the dust.
Yeah, and they've dissipated in terms of vehicles. They only got about 4 guys running out there, but they're definitely running off pace. And I mean, they've had it running pretty well for a while out here, though. They're definitely proving that it can be viable if it has the vehicle advantage now. It's going to drop down to even 3 cars now, and it's going to definitely slow them down. Nathan Harper and Cody Nagels lead on the inside and second line. Yeah, in theory, Jeff, my computer on paper, it was expensive enough to be pretty damn good, but somehow it just still seems to surprise me of how bad it is at times. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that could very well be user error. As I know you treat your computer about as poorly as...
Yeah, I installed the CPU the CPU bracket upside down at one point and couldn't get it working.
How about Garrett Means to the front?
Very upset about that, but definitely had some fun computer troubles over the winter, but now we're at least able to have a semi-solid stream run.
Yeah, and Garrett Means getting it done now on that second line. He's made way with Trevor Rasmunoff, but slowly but surely that third line kind of seems to be forming again. It's only got 3 cars, but it's a different 3 guys. It's Kenny Real found his way into the second line. Or actually, he might be up there towards the back.
I'm seeing him in P13. He's on the outside. He's the number 11 there.
Running that third line towards the back. I know he was the front of that third line there for a while. Your top 5 reads Harper, Nagels, Corbett, Maines, and Hennings as of right now. That is definitely subject to change.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't feel
Oh,
right.
bumping around going on the inside.
Oh,
We're
that's gonna
stacking up a little
split
bit.
Cody. Cody's gonna try to find somewhere in, and the caution flies.
And interesting, I'm not reading anybody wrecking out or anything. I believe that caution was due to the incident right there. If I had to take a guess. Lap 11, the first caution flies out here tonight, Kevin. We're to go back and take a look at that. Oof. Go back just a little bit. It happened near Sean Corbett and I believe Cody Nagels. Happened right here on the exit of turn 2 in the back straightaway, I want to say. 74 is getting close to him. I think Sean gets a little bit of a push from the 74. Oof, yeah, that was just a squirrely bump, I think, and got him a little loose. Oh, no. Stacked up some of the other guys, and the 74 went hard into the wall. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
So that would be why the caution's out, and I'm not even getting a good read on who that is. Why am I not getting a good read on who that is? I think that's... Oh, it's Brian Hennings. He goes loose on the infield, and it's a hard smack on the right side of his vehicle into that wall. He's definitely going to take some damage from that one, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt. Luckily, not too many cars were involved in that one. That one could have been a pileup. It happened right there on the sandwich line of the front row, and I think Cody's, counting his lucky stars and probably getting a new pair of pants after, that one because he almost got sent up into the wall.
And we're seeing just about everybody in the pits at the moment, Kevin. I only read 2 cars still out there on the track right now. Everybody else in the pit lanes now on their way out. Nathan Harper's going to have the lead out here when we get ready to go green this next time. Cody Nagel is going to be on his outside. Yeah, he sure did, Jay.
Well, look, the first one comes here on lap 13 of 55, and it really wasn't that bad of an incident, so I'd say just about everyone still has a good shot in this one. Everyone has a fast repair here, too, except for what I would imagine would be the 74 car of, was that Brian Hennings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be down on his fast repair, but everyone else still has one in the chamber, in my opinion.
I mean, regardless, I don't even know if he even really needed to probably use that fast repair. He's just now making his way out. He might have sat this one through, Kevin. I mean, it didn't really look like
Sure he didn't? Are you sure you didn't have to take a tow? And then
No, he drove it in.
okay.
It
So
looked
yeah,
it looked like he took a decent shot at the wall, but it looked very square on. So it really didn't look like it was too bad. But of course, you never know. map there, Kevin. We're going to be getting ready to go green this time by. They're going through the back straightaway here. It's going to be lap 15 of 55 out here. We still got quite a bit of racing left out here, Kevin, and we've seen these guys drive quite a bit. Who do you got winning this thing out here right now?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I think it's way too early to make any type of prediction. If I, gun to my head, had to pick somebody, I'm probably going with Garrett Maines out here. I mean, he's been up towards the front. He was up towards the front last night, and it didn't end his way. I mean, he still got like a top 5 out of it, but I mean, he just keeps putting himself in these positions to get it done, and I think he's due.
Yeah? I'm going to take Cody. He's been on a bit of a hot streak out here, getting some good finishes lately in his reappearance. I think he's going to be the guy I'm going to take out here tonight.
And they're coming across the Geico restart zone, and we are racing for the second time out here. Green flag, green flag, green flag. It came quick. I was dozing off, Luke, I can't lie. Nathan Harper, though, with a huge jump, and they single file in. Garrett Maines goes down low. We single file through the first 4 or so going into turn 1 and 2. 5 clear now on that inside line. They've got it working, and I'd imagine here soon they're going to branch out back into their lines. And yeah, here comes Cody.
Making the charge going on that second line. And how about that third line getting created immediately? We're fresh off the restart, and they're already back to 3 wide for the lead.
Yeah, and they wasted no time out here, and the caution flies.
I'm seeing Terry Wilson going pretty slow. Go back and watch, maybe. Oh, when I see something. Let's watch the chopper first. See if we can piece this thing together.
You find anything, Luke?
I'm just watching the number 3 car here.
Any reason why?
Yeah, he runs right up into that third line a little bit and stacks them up and shuffles them. He goes sideways into the wall there and spins a bit. That's Terry Wilson.
Yeah, and I think, that one's not too hard to call.
No, not particularly, Kevin. I think he's probably going to receive some sort of penalty for that one, but they're back to pacing out here again once again out here. And I'm reading 30 vehicles still out here with us of the evening.
A lot of takers, though. Aiden. Jesus Christ. How long were you muted for?
Like 30 seconds.
Ah.
That segment of me speaking right there about the vehicles that stayed out.
Yeah, and you wanna say it again?
Yeah, sure. We have your, I believe, your top 11 staying out here, ending with Dietrich, that elected to stay out there during that pit cycle, but the whole rest of the backfield went in for their pit stop.
Yeah, and just different strategies is what's going to make this race interesting, and the leaders believing that staying out is going to be the best option, everyone else believing otherwise, so I'm sure some of the guys towards the back probably stayed out as well, picking up a couple spots, but yeah, it looks like Garrett Caswell is going to pick up a lot of spots doing so, I do believe. As I'm just looking back, he was, I believe, I'm trying to find where he was. He was somewhere towards, not the front, and now he is, so definitely a good
Good on him for getting there.
cycle for him because he's on the same strategy as the leaders now, and he's up there with them, so not a bad decision at all.
And, Kevin, what's your preferred pit strategy out here if you're running one of these, should I even call it a medium-length race out here at Talladega?
What was the question?
What kind of pit strategy would you be running out here if you're running one of these, like, 50-ish lap kind of races?
I'll tell you what, Luke, I'd be running whatever these leaders are running. I don't have a damn clue, when I'm in the car, so I'm watching these leaders, watching these, veterans of the game, and just following their strategy.
Yeah, probably not the worst idea, to be honest with you.
But the other side of that is some of these guys probably are a little bit less skilled and want to take a different strategy just because, they think that's the only way they can be put into a winning position.
Yeah, definitely a lot of diverse pit strategies out here, and it's going to be interesting to see how they unfold out here later on into this race and who stays up there at that top 10 position. What's our payout situation looking like out here?
Let me check. Top 6.
Okay. We're going to be getting ready to go green this time by Kevin. It's going to be Harper and Main's going to be leading each line out here as we go green. Nagels and Estrella going to be pushing the leaders. I got Kyler Wynn making his way up into 14th place now. He's sort of from the pits, I do believe, so he's going to be looking to maybe try to cash in on some of that extra money. Pace car's going in, and we're getting ready to go green out here once again, Kevin.
Yeah, and pace car is in, and the flagman's ready, so are we. This is going to be the third time we're going green out here at Sunset at Talladega, USA. And here we go. We are racing. Luke.
What?
Get off the flag, man. Front row is Harper and Maines. Pushing them around is Mastretta and Nagels. And we're 2x2 all the way through. No third, or here comes the third line actually, and that's going to be Freddie Bassett, as I do believe, up there. And the 07 picks it up. That's going to be Jack Mace.
That's a new face to us, at least.
Yeah, I think so, and I think he's a Brit. Are you a big fan of the Brits?
What kind of question is that? Yes, I'm a fan of British people. One of my coworkers is actually from across the pond over that way.
Gay!
But as soon as we speak of him, he's faded off back there to the back of that third line now.
Yeah, Chase Mastretta's found his way to the lead up here. But him and Nathan Harper are going nose to nose at the front. 3 wide just about all the way through at this point because this third line is roaring, and it looks like the front of that's going to be Christopher McCullough being pushed around by Freddie Vasquez.
Approaching that halfway point out here. Seen some transfers going on out here. See Christopher sliding down to the lead of that second line, and it was a close transfer, but he got it and was clean. About that second line and third line getting speed out here in the backstretch. Ooh, a little bit of bumping going on up there near the front. Christopher McCullough's made his way all the way down to the inside line, and Freddie Vasquez has shuffled up to the lead of the second line. Seen a bit of 4 wide racing going on back there as some of the guys are fading off past that third line.
And some tight transfers being made between some of these guys, though.
No doubt. How about Kyler Wynn making his way up to the lead of that third line now, Kevin? He started from the pits. Reminder, is it the winner of that gets that prize money, or is it just anyone in a money spot?
You have to win the race.
Okay, so if he wins the race, he gets a little bit of extra money in his pocket.
Yes, sir. That third line started to lose a little bit of speed, though, right when we speak of Kyler Wynn. It's not for the lack of cars, though. I mean, they've got the people up there. I think it's just a matter of getting together and making it happen. And the second line just got a couple more vehicles. That's going to open up the window to the 8 car. All the way down there in the bottom. That's
no, it's not, but oh! Christopher McCullough's loose on the inside below the apron. He's going to hold it down low. And good on him for staying out of the way and not causing that to stack up any further. That could have been really bad, Kevin.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's not thrilled about that.
No,
but his car is still in the race, and that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, he's still in the draft back there. You see him, he just piled in on that inside line, so he's still in it, and he didn't take any, I believe, no serious damage. And, ooh, a little bit of bump into the wall up there on the high line. We're seeing some 4 wide racing up there.
Oh, can he reel into the wall?
It's part of that 4 wide situation. There's still 3 wide up there from the lead, Kevin, and that third line's being led by Ethan Eckert. He's clear. He's got the lead, but that door quickly being closed by Freddie Vasquez and Kyler Wynn. Now second, first round.
Kyler Wynn now to the lead, his first lead of the race, with him coming out of the pits. That's very impressive.
Oh, and we're wrecking in the middle, Kevin. They're bumping around. Oh, they're shuffling. They're bumping. They're wrecking. 29 spinning.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, not terrible. It looks like it's going to be the 29, and it's going to be whatever that
Joshua
yellow
McCullough,
car was.
I believe. Quentin Steinbach. Michael Barksdale is off speed.
It looks like the worst of it was handed to McCullough and Steinbach.
See if we can maybe figure out where that one happened. And it happened right around the middle of the pack, I want to say. See if we can get a chase on somebody. Happened right in front of Josh. I know Josh was involved. Ooh. Who is that up there? You see somebody getting up there. It looks a little high up into that third line, and a little bit of ARCA braking going on, maybe.
Yeah, and it was just one of those things where some of the guys were checking up for a wreck. Some of the guys were thinking, I don't see a wreck yet, so I'm gonna drive through it. And the guys up front really kind of held that one together, and then the guys in the back didn't.
No.
Looks like Eberhard's gonna get up there. I think that
Actually,
might
the
be
two that
Eberhard.
got involved off initially, they actually held it together and sorted it out. But everyone behind them just...
Never mind, I don't even think Eberhard's in this race. But whoever it is, he's got a very similar scheme to Daniel Eberhard.
But regardless, we're pacing out here again for the third time of the afternoon, Kevin. It's going to be Nathan Harper and Kyler Wynn leading here off this restart. They're making their way into the pits out here once again. And do you have any read on the pit situation going on out here tonight, Kevin?
Nope.
Sweet.
I think the past couple times I've gotten the read on it, I was wrong, so I'm just gonna stop doing that.
All right, sounds good.
I mean, these vehicles are always changing, and I feel like the window's always switching up, and I'm tired of trying to keep up with it. I could try to ask some drivers before the race. That'd probably be the proactive thing to do, but
Sleep.
My way of preparation for these isn't to prepare. It's actually to just sit around and do nothing. So, how about you, Luke? What's your pregame?
Well, a couple hits off the pan or the bong and a couple bush apples to get me dialed in for some good old exciting NASCAR.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, yeah. We're seeing all the guys catching up here to the leaders out of pit road. It looks like Kyler Wynn won the race out of pit road, and Nathan Harper behind him. We'll be going green next time by. It's going to be the start of lap 29 when they get done pacing around here. But it's been an exciting one thus far, Kevin. The incidents have been, dare I say, kept to a minimum, but, I can't tell if it's just me or what.
Hey, Luke.
I want to see. Is this,
Take a look at the on-car of Garrett Maines real quick.
Garrett Maines?
Yep. He's keeping that thing pretty straight, right?
I would say.
He's texting and driving right now. I mean, just like completely dedicated to it too.
Is he? Maybe a little bit of knee driving action?
Absolutely.
Kevin, what's your text and drive method?
Well, Luke, if I had to pick one, I'd say the right hand only, quick glance, keep quick glancing up at the old the road while getting it done. It's got to be the move.
I'm more of a two-hand on the phone, knees to keep me straight kind of guy.
Hey.
I feel like I can be a little more proficient. Be more proficient with the two hands, yeah.
I'm more about safety, so,
Yeah, well. It's not for everybody, I guess. Kevin, I gotta ask. I believe we're over that halfway point now in this race. Do you think they're going to shape it up here a little bit, or do you think we're going to see a little more of the same of what we've seen out here tonight so far in terms of the cautions? It hasn't been too catastrophic, but it's definitely happened. We've seen a little more.
It's definitely happened, and I gotta say, I think it's gonna be about the same pace we've seen. The later we get into these races, it seems like the harder they race each other. It's been some unnecessary mistakes tonight, but I mean, that happens when you guys are racing each other hard, so I think it'll be about the same. How about you? We're
I'd
green.
have to agree, but we're green, and we're going to have to see what these guys do out here to try to put themselves in a money spot and into the start of lap 29.
Two by two all the way through. It's going to be Freddie giving pushes to Kyler Wynn on the inside line to get the speed going, though. Kyler comes out in front of Harper. Once back down, isn't going to have it. Bassinez secures that inside, and a little bit of bumping happened there. But here comes Bassinez and Eckert on the inside. Freddie goes high.
A lot off this restart.
Yeah, and they're racing. They're definitely out here to make up some positions now.
Yeah, not one to play it too safe out here. They know the gap's starting to close, and they're going to start making some decisions out here before too long. Sideline starting to get some speed.
Ethan Eckert now holding that inside line. Oh, and a little bit of bumping around. That's going to be Garrett Caswell getting a little squirrely. But all is well. Ethan Eckert on the bottom. Garrett Maines on the top. He's found his way back to the front.
Oh, we're under our fourth caution out here, Kevin.
Oh, boy.
I'm reading Michael Barksdale crashing. We're going to have to go back and maybe take a look at that. Not too sure what happened there. But we definitely see Michael Barksdale sliding through the tri-oval grass. Oh. And a hard hit to the pit entry wall for Michael Barksdale, and those cars there barely missing him as he comes back up onto the track. But let's see what happened there, bro. It looked like it happened between the 11 and the 7 up there, maybe. So we see maybe the 29 there behind the number 7. Trying to see where the bump is. I believe it happens between the 29 and the 7. Just a bit of an awkward bump there near the exit of the turn there, I want to say, and that just caused him to get a little loose there. Get down low into the 98 of Michael Barksdale, and that causes him to get a nice
interesting
shot.
Picture.
Yeah, definitely an interesting picture. But he definitely took some damage there, and he's near the back of the pack. Is there maybe in a bit of a traffic jam going into the pits here? Looked like about the traffic on my way into work this morning, Kevin, and someone completely stopped in pit road as the drivers try to navigate around whoever that is, and oh, someone nailed him! Oh no, who was that? Someone just nailed the AFK car in the pit. That's Brian Hennings in the 74 and Terry Wilson, I think, in the 3.
Oh boy.
Oh no. That could have been Kenny. Just want to see. Was that Kenny? No, that wasn't Kenny. That was Terry. That was Terry Wilson. Oh boy. A little bit of pit lane misery, it seems, from some of the guys, and cycling back through out here. We're going to be going green again. Gotta ask Kevin, is there any tracks out here that we haven't seen out here throughout these different race series we broadcast that you'd like to see?
You know, while we're on the subject of super speedways, I've never raced it or seen an iRacing super speedway race. Luke, could you tell me what it's a little bit what it's like?
Well, Kevin, I can really only speak from experience in the back of the pack. I never really made my way up there to the front too much. I know we had a couple races there near the beginning of our careers, and we had a couple front run moments before we had to go into the pits. And it's a very, very intense field to run into. If you don't know what you're doing, these guys will get right around you. And if you don't know how to react to it, it can definitely end up in some messy incidents. That's for sure.
At the iRacing super speedway?
I thought you were saying just our racing series in general. Apologies.
No, the actual track.
No,
Have you ever ran it?
I have. It's got a very, very funky exit out of turn 2, if I'm not mistaken. A very, very high wall. One of the highest ones I've ever done. Just...
Huh.
I just could never figure out how to get a good lap on it.
Interesting. I've never seen anything about it. I know it's a thing, and I know it's out there, but...
It was in Draft Masters a while back. They put it this way, no safety rating was gained from my duration of doing any of those races on that track.
That's no surprise.
Hey.
But your top 5 now is going to be Wynn, Mace, Boyd, Maines, and Deirdrich. And we're pacing around for one last time before going green out here. We are well over halfway into this race, and these guys aren't slowing down. I mean, it seems like the intensity is just getting higher and higher. Kyler Wynn has made his way to the front. I'm sure he is just, you know, thrilled to be up there, being as he started from the pits, and on that first green run, they were 8 seconds down, so he's definitely battled from the back. That's, you know, the name of the game with these bonuses that Kenny's putting out. And that's, it's making for some entertainment. I don't know who else. I wish we got a read on who all started from the pits.
Yeah.
Let me go back in the broadcast and take a look.
I only saw like 3 or 4 drafting with him off the initial start from what I remember, but it's tough for me to get a read there. It's gonna be going green this time by. It's gonna be 22 to go. The pace car is going in. Kyler Wynn with the lead here, and Jack Mace on his outside.
Alright, it's looking like we are reading... Oh, give me a second. Click the wrong button. Bitch.
God damn it, Kevin.
Alright, looks like we got Wynn, Mace, Boyd, Thompson, Deirdrich, McCullough, Carter, Barksdale, McCullough. Started from the pits. So it looks like, I mean, your front row both started from the pits here, Luke. And P3.
And they're all trying to get that little extra cash.
Yeah. Kyler went on the inside, getting the speed through the turns. But the 7 car of Mace is going to get some speed coming out. Here he comes. Kyler Wynn was clear momentarily, but not anymore. Going through the tri-oval. We're still only 2 wide towards the front. Some of the guys in the back are horsing around. They are 3 wide.
Kyler Wynn leading that outside line right now. That second line's got speed, and they're wrecking in the back. I'm seeing a couple cars collecting, and Kenny McCullough's involved. I believe Heath Job as well. He's off speed, and that's the 5th caution out here immediately after we go green again. We're going to go back and watch that one. It was pretty quick off the restart. See that 3 wide situation going on back there near the back of the pack. The guy's splitting. And, oh! What was it? How close did they get? Oh, yeah, there was contact there between Kenny and the 38. That's going to be not Heath Job, but Heath Job gets clipped there at the end and gets involved. Unfortunate for him.
All right, the Lizard's been drained. Luke, I see we're under caution.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go back and watch it one more time for you if you want.
Who are we blaming?
Tough to say. I'll let you get a read on it first.
Okay. Splits them. Let's make it 4. Oh, wait, I was looking in the wrong spot. Can we go back a second? I really thought it was snapping up there.
Yep. Nope. Between Kenny and the 38.
I mean, 38 was holding that line until the last second. 38 dipped down. Kenny kind of saw that and went for that spot, and then 38 came back up onto it. I want to say that was still the 38's territory, but I don't know. What is that, Aubrey Thompson and Kenny McCullough?
Yeah, I think so. We're seeing a lot of guys in the pits, more than half the field right now, Kevin. P1 through 9 is electing to stay out there, ending with Kenny Real. Pacing around out here for the 5th time of the night, Kevin. It's been a night of pacing so far, that's for sure. Pick, Kevin, what would you say your favorite vehicles to watch out here are?
Favorite vehicles to watch. Got a spider on my wall. I'd say any of those 6 guys I mentioned.
How about
Tyler
just like
Wynn,
vehicle?
Rocky
How about
Boy.
just vehicle type, like next gen Xfinity truck?
Oh, I misread the question. Shit. I like the Arca.
Big fan of the Arca series. I like the Arcas as well.
The Gen 6s were a blast when we watched them.
Oh, absolutely. They just perform so differently than all the other vehicles we watch. Another one out there that I like to watch is the 87s. They're in the similar. They're in that similar. They're very different than any other vehicles we got out here.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're fun cars, but I think the crowd would not like them as much because they're not an active series. I think the appeal to some of these guys is, it's what the professionals are currently running, but there's no doubt that they're a fun vehicle.
Ah, well, anyone that likes them is just wrong, or anyone that doesn't like them is wrong. Either way, Garrett Maines and Cody Nagel is going to be leading their respective lines out here when we go green. It's going to be laps, 17 to go when we go green out here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 17. I think these guys are about ready to go, as they're only coming into turns 1 and 2 right now, but Garrett Maines is going to lead this one off with Cody on his outside, Luke, and I think those are 2 very solid contenders out here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Cody's had a lot of recent success out here, and Garrett Maines has already had some very established success. He's definitely one of the higher-ranked and front-running drivers we see out here typically, and Cody's been on a hot streak, so it's going to be a story of who can keep that speed going, and so you can get things done out here as the laps start to close down out here. Turns 3 and 4 out here. Ready to get this ball rolling out here once again, Kevin. The pace car is making its way in. Across the tri-oval. We're getting ready to go green out here once again, Kevin. 17 laps to go when they cross through that tri-oval, and we are green out here once again, racing with MMS Money Racing.
Yeah, Garrett Maines a good jump there. He's clear if he wants it, but I'd assume he's going to stay down and take that inside line speed through turns 1 and 2 as they're going up and getting the speed. Yeah, Chase Mastretta, though, coming to the lead on that inside, but I think Garrett Maines is very content being in front of Cody. One of the best pushers in the business, but that third line's starting to brew back there towards the back, and it looks like that's maybe Trevor Asmanoff now. I think that's Kenny Real popping up in the Jordan car.
Yep. Third line's looming. See some shuffling going around there on the middle of the pack right now. Still trying to square things up and get lined up here off this restart. But those front 4 rows are looking pretty confident right now. They're 3 wide all the way through, going through the backstretch.
And here they come. I mean, that third line has been inching up, and I think they're going to have the speed here very soon to get up towards the front, as you see those 2 cars in the back latch on as well.
And that third line's got a lot of vehicles. They get that thing piped up. Straightaways here, and looks like they're getting bunched up now.
Yeah, look, I gotta say, I think it's been a lot of utilization of the bottom and middle line. We've seen the guys on the third line make it work maybe 2-3 times, but they just haven't had the longevity of some of these other lines. It seems like, you know, they get up there and then some transfers are made and they fall off. So hopefully when we see it come by this time, it's for good, because I love the 3-wide racing.
Yeah, me as well, Kevin. You've even seen a little bit of 4-wide racing with some of these similar guys out here, so who knows what we might be in store for here in these last couple laps. And you see Kyler Wynn kind of poking at it there just a little bit. Drop down to that inside line. He's leading this race thing still. Ooh, and Mastretta getting a little chopped up there, going up there to that second line. Bit of a... Oh, boy. 28 sideways. 38, sorry.
That's going to be Aubrey Thompson, I do believe.
Gets shuffled back behind these guys. They're still shuffling around a little bit there, getting ready to go into the turn 3.
Yeah, at the start of that incident, Nagels almost caught Stray there. I mean, Mastretta got a little loose, hit the rear bumper of Nagels. He got a little loose, and just a miracle they're all able to hold on to it. I'd imagine the checkup was terrible.
Yeah, and Kyler faded off there near the front of the third line. He dropped all the way back to the back. He's down to 4th back there. Mastretta now leading this thing on the inside line now. Cody Nagels now on his outside. close up there, Kevin, for the lead. It's 13 to go out here.
Yeah, I think Mastretta's trying to give Nathan Harper as much air as he can. These guys get really hot towards the end of these races when they're really pushing it. So, you know, the tighter they run it, the worse it is. For some of these guys, I'd imagine. Third line, though, has made it shot out of a cannon, and here's Garrett Caswell up to the front. He's up on that third line, being pushed by Kenny Reel. They're losing some speed, though, coming out of turn 4. So they lost some numbers. A taste of the front, though. And, you know, that all that proves to me is that third line can happen, so I'm sure that's not the last time these guys try it. But Garrett Maines is going to be leading on the second line.
Getting shuffled around a little bit.
Oh.
Sean Corbett's loose below the apron.
Corbett's flying off the track, and he's able to keep it straight, but he's lost the draft, and not what you want to see if you're a Sean Corbett fan.
And that definitely separates those guys in the front there. They all got kind of shuffled around a little there. That one, it seems. They all seem to hold it together, and they're getting caught back up to speed now and getting relined back up. Third line starting to reform now.
Oh. Transfer there. Who is that in the inside line? Maybe,
That is Chase Mastretta, lead the inside.
No, 3 cars back.
29?
29. That's going to be Chris McCullough. Or, I think it's Chris.
29?
Something McCullough. Anyways, he was...
29, that's Josh.
He got into a little bit of contact with the second line. Oh, and even further back, they're getting a little loose. Oh, we're racing here, Luke. I mean, I'm not going to be able to call out all the bumps because they're all bumping around.
Oh, boy.
And Cody gets into it a little bit there.
So much going on out here to call out, Kevin. I mean, it's a wild one out here. These laps are starting to close down. These guys are turning this thing up a notch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's only 11 laps to go, so these guys are really putting it into gear.
Wide still for the lead. Chris McCullough making the transfer there to the outside line. Now he's leading the third line. Garrett Maines
here comes some lap traffic. Hoping that's not going to be an issue for him.
Brian Hennings.
He's going to stay as high as he can here. They're coming soaring at him, and I can imagine, you know, we could have been 4 wide and he still would have been okay because he had plenty of room there.
Talladega's a big track. No real problems passing lap runners. So they just stay out of the way.
Oh, well, look, you can go and tell the guys in Draft Master for that.
I'd love to, Kevin.
We're 3 wide in formation out here. This is the last 10 laps. These guys aren't, you know, pussyfooting around anymore. It's time to race.
Back to the Draft Masters thing, Kevin. You could always tell him.
That's true. Someday. Chase Mastretta working that inside line. He's been down there for the majority of this run. Got Nathan Harper behind him. I don't think he has any problems with that as a pusher.
We're wide racing now, Kevin.
Oh boy, here we go. Looks like some of these guys are going to get split on that second line as they lost a lot of cars there. Top line's led by Rocky Boyd. They got 3 up there. Looking to make it 4 up there.
And like you said, Kevin, we're really racing now.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to kill the momentum of that second line, I do believe. Or not the second line, that fourth line. As they only have 3 cars, but they're still making it work.
They're bumping.
Oh!
They're bumping, they're turning, they're sideways, they're fucking wrecking, they're clearing out, and it's the big one!
Jesus.
And Sweet Mary and Joseph, they're fucking wrecking like crazy. Good fucking God. And we're going to have to go back and take a look at that one, Kevin. That was definitely the big one. I think we kind of saw it happen up there near the front and just make its way back. So we'll maybe watch the blimp overhead here and see what we can gather. Bit of an awkward bump there on that 3rd/4th line. Chase Mistretta kind of comes down. It's up into some of the other guys. The 20 gets sideways and...
I mean, just...
a nasty one.
Yeah. One of those things where it'd probably be a red flag if this was a real race.
Oh yeah, but fortunate for us and fortunate for the drivers out here, that is not the case out here. And it's going to be 5 to go out here, if I'm not mistaken, once we go green out here, Kevin.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like these front runners are just going to have enough fuel for one green-white checkered if that were to happen. So, you know, some of these guys probably taking their pit, playing a little bit of strategy to fuel back up. Let's take a look at when these leaders pit. I'd imagine Tyler Wynn is going to have enough, and Caden Dietrich is going to have enough regardless. But some of those guys that pit on lap 31, maybe even 32, they are looking low. They're, you know, running on fumes out here, so I think they can make it through the rest of the race, but I don't know if they can make it to a green-white checkered. If they could, be one.
Yeah, definitely some things to think about here as we're starting to get towards that the witching hour of the race, where it's about anybody's race at this point, Kevin. All these guys have fought their way up there to the front to stay up in it. Kyler Wynn, he's sort of from the pits, and he's still up here in this thing, looking to get some extra money. These guys have fought really hard to get up there to these positions they're in now, and they're wanting to stick it out. Definitely some
pacing around here. Looks like it's going to be 4 to go when we go green once again out here. Definitely some fuel saving. No doubt about that.
No doubt about it, bud.
No doubt about it.
At the very least, maybe give us Talladega night races with give us just one car series that has headlights. Maybe just one.
They have them, Luke. You just won't do road racing.
I mean, with the good cars, Kevin.
All right, well.
Goddamn NASCARs.
You know what I think would be cool?
What do you think would be good, Kevin?
Some good old semi-truck racing.
Eastbound and down, my friend.
I seriously think that would be just the coolest thing iRacing could ever add. Just
agreed.
About 95% of the people would be running the snowman scheme.
Oh yeah.
People. Now the question is,
Lightning McQueen truck scheme? That wouldn't be a horrible one.
Yeah. The question is, would you be able to have a series where there's a trailer hooked up to them?
Oh, I think you'd have to. I think you'd have to.
I think you do too. Maybe throw them on a figure 8 track.
Oh yeah.
Demolition Derby
style.
The thoughts are rolling. We are brainstorming tonight here at Ninth Gear.
Boy, I mean, they should just put us as head directors of NASCAR or something.
Absolutely.
these ideas are licensed and trademarked by Ninth Gear Broadcasting Incorporated. Sounded real, right?
Use of Ninth Gear Broadcasting ideas are prohibited and will be pursued by legal action.
Contact our lawyers regarding more information. God, we're good.
Regardless, pace car is coming in. Headlights are going off the track, unfortunately. Nathan Harper and Kyler Wynn's going to be on the front row out here, though. Kyler Wynn, how about a day for him? He's come all the way from starting in the pits. Chase Mastretta and Chris McCullough are both looking to be spoiler makers out here. On that second line, we're going into the Geico restart zone. And we are green here at Talladega. Huge jump for that inside line. They're clear by 1.5, maybe not 2. But, I mean, Nathan Harper's clear by enough. But he's going to stay on the inside, and now they're clear by 2. Garrett Main's pushing his way through.
I say, Kevin, we might be green on here for the last time of the afternoon, but they got to make it around a couple more times to make that happen. And no surprise we're seeing the third line being peeked at already. They're making it
Yep, here it comes. Hey, it's got to happen fast, too, because we only have 3.5 laps to go out here.
And they know they got to make something happen. And
Josh McCullough to the lead.
He's leading that third line.
Briefly. He's right behind Harper on that second line, I do believe. But regardless, how about Garrett Maines putting himself on a front row spot on that inside line? Garrett Maines inside, Harper second row. Here comes Caden Diedrich, who also started from the pits on the third row. We are 3 wide in formation out here with 2.5 laps to go. MMS Money Racing. I think we're going to be in for a good one, Luke.
I have to agree, and the laps are ticking down out here, Kevin. They're 3 wide all the way through, and it's to see.
Oh, Diedrich.
Oh, boy, and they're wrecking again in the back.
Oh,
hard into the wall is the
Hubbard
38.
Thompson, Diedrich, Asbernoff, all collected.
Oh, jeez.
And that's going to bring out the caution and take us to our first green-white checkered, and that's heartbreaking for some of those guys fuel saving, I think.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Going to be a very, very tricky situation for them now, as we're going to probably go back and take a look at that one.
Yeah, and these guys are going to start saving their gas right away.
No surprise there. Well, I think we saw the stack up happen up there near the lead of the third line, maybe, I want to say. Oof. Jeez, Kyler Wynn's like a brick wall right there. Ate that shot from the 24 and just didn't even look like he felt it. But regardless, it's going to cause a lot of unfortunate events for those guys in the back. And Aubrey Thompson probably getting some of the worst of that. Takes a hard shot to the wall.
Yeah, unfortunately. Did all the guys up towards the front sort it out, though, Luke? I know they were, even after the incident, still pretty squirrely.
Yeah, they seem to have sorted it out all the way through. I'm not reading any more major incidents there. Seeing yeah, nobody else really up there near the front, it seems. Saw a good number of the guys going into the pits there, no surprise, but it's our first green-white checker to the afternoon, and we're definitely seeing the fuel saving, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm just gonna read that they are really running on fumes out here. I said they could maybe make it through one green-white checkered, so it's gonna come down to who can save the most fuel.
Yeah. You more of a stretch out the pit strategy kind of guy, run on fumes, or you more of a try to end on a little more efficient fuel strategy?
You know, you always want to be on the attack, and I feel like being on the attack means putting yourself in the racing or the winning position in these races to, you know, put it all out there. If you run out of fuel, you run out of fuel. I would rather do that as opposed to sit towards the back and just kind of prey on other people to make the mistake of not having enough fuel. So I'd say I'm more of a running on fumes type of guy.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
What's yourself?
I'd have to probably agree with you, but regardless, we're going to see if it pays off for some of these guys out here who elected to take that the later and longer pit strategy. Green this next time by. Garrett Maines and Nathan Harper are going to be leading their respective lines. Cody Nagels and Joshua McCullough going to be their pushers.
Luke, I gotta imagine we're gonna have some guys running out of gas here coming to the checkered flag.
Yeah, it's going to be a scary one coming off the, like you said, coming right across that tri-oval. It's going to be a dangerous spot. I know they were definitely, they were talking about it a bit the other night, so they said it was pretty worrisome. So I imagine it's probably going to be a little bit the same tonight.
Pace car is in.
You got it, Kevin. Go for it.
I think this is going to be the last time. I'll take it away. They are filed up. It's going to be Garrett Maines on the inside of Nathan Harper on what could be our last restart of the night. We're 7 cautions deep. Some of these guys are going to be low on fuel, but they are not giving up. It is going to be a race to the finish. We're in NASCAR overtime, and we are green with MMS Money Racing. Now.
Correction, we're with 9th gear overtime. And we're seeing a little bit of a stack up and an awkward jump there off the start for that inside line, and we're already 3 wide there off the restart, Kevin, and they're still shuffling around.
Yeah, and not able to get clear on that inside line, so here comes the huge run from the outside, led by Nathan Harper.
Oh, swirly contact.
Josh McCullough getting a little bit of contact in there. But here they come around into turn 3, and the caution flies, and oh no.
That's got to be heartbreaking for those guys fuel saving.
Yeah.
I'm reading Michael Wingo crashed. Oh no. And they definitely looked a little shaky there near the middle and back of the pack there off that restart. Let's take a look at what happened there. A weird one.
I don't think there's much weird about it at all.
Yeah?
Who is that?
That would be Michael Wingo.
It's Michael Wingo, and I mean, let's take another look at that because that didn't look very natural. So they're 3 wide here, racing hard. Michael Wingo comes down, gets into him a little bit. I mean, Wingo's just down on his line right now. Just couldn't tell you, Luke. I mean, we know what we're thinking.
Yeah. And you know what? As always, we showed you. You draw the conclusions out here. We try not to stay too biased out here, but that's going to lead to our second green-white checker, Kevin, and definitely making it a tricky situation for about half the field out here. Is no surprise we're seeing half the field pitting out here right now, Kevin. Half of them are on their way out now. Kyler Wynn's still out there, and he is no doubt going for some fuel saving out here, just looking at it. He's got to be a little worried.
Yeah, Kyler Wynn had 4 laps of fuel on everybody else, and he's still worried. I mean, some of those guys were on lap 32 and they had to come in. He's on 36, and he's not in a great position if a third green-white checker were to come out, but I don't know, Luke. I think he has enough for at least one more. If he's been saving.
Which it looked like he has for most of this race, at least from what I gathered.
Okay, well, that's at least good.
We'll just see it, of course. They're pacing out here once again. It's our 8th caution of the night, Kevin. I personally wouldn't have put the caution count this high if I were making any polls tonight, I'll be honest.
No, me neither.
But regardless, we've seen even a little bit of 4-wide racing out there, Kevin, and I'm always a big fan of watching the big 3-wide, 4-wide racing out here, and it always makes for some exciting content for us, that's for sure.
Yeah, and pacing around here, it looks like those leaders are running 18, 19, 20. So, I mean, that's a hard hit for them to take. I mean, leading this whole race and then just the green-white checkered situation. Just killing it.
Definitely disheartening there for a lot of those guys, and really shakes up these front runners, that's for sure. Apart from, of course, Kyler Wynn. You know, Kevin, we're pacing around out here once again, possibly for the last time of the afternoon, but as we've seen tonight, I don't really know what to expect, to be honest with you, so who knows, we might even be using that third one. So far, what an exciting race out here. They're getting ready to go through the exit of turn 4, and the pace car is making its way in, and we're going green out here for our second green-white checkered of the afternoon.
You can have this one, Luke.
Flagman's got his green flag in the air. We're going across the tri-oval, and they'll be taking their sweet-ass time as per usual. Here they come entering the Geico restart, and we, once again, are green out here racing. And Kyler Wynn with the jump on the outside.
Yeah, Kyler takes the outside with Freddie Bassinez, and they've really got it going. They're running 1-2 now as Kyler's clear. I don't know. Yeah, they both are, and they both drop in front of Ethan Eckert. So a good start to their restart. A roaring field behind them, though, and they're single file through 4. So, you know, here comes Eckert. He's going to hop out first to do it on the outside.
Oh, and they're wrecking in the backfield again! They're wrecking hard in the backstretch.
Oh, and the caution's going to fly, and the field is in shambles.
Once again. I see hoods flying all over the place, cars in the grass. Reading a lot of drivers off the track. Keith Joe, Cody Nagel's involved. Goodness, we're going to have to go back and watch that chaos. Like I said, Kevin, I'm not surprised. We are seeing our third green-white checkered out here of the afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, holy shit. That was crazy. I mean, the second big one of the night. It's not often you see 2 big ones, but we definitely did out here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I believe that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think it happens around Heath Job. I can always tell in those bright-ass schemes. Let's take a look here. Oh, looks like it kind of happens between the 36 and the 14, and he gets involved.
38. It's going to be Aubrey Thompson,
Goodness.
But honestly, I think I might see some netcode there.
I was going to say, it looked like a little bit of netcode between them. Let's go back a little bit, maybe take a look once again. Slow it down just a tad. So you see the initial contact between the 14 and the 38. And oh yeah, that's some netcode right there. Netcode causes the second big one out here. Cody Nagel's involved. He gets wrecked pretty hard there. A lot of guys get wrecked there going into turn 3. Goodness. Not a happy one for those involved, no doubt. And we see Garrett Main's pimp bouncing a little bit there through the grass.
Yeah, and if we have time, let's go back and take a look at Garrett Maines, because I heard he got hit by everyone on the field.
Yeah, sure, why not? And scroll back through all the wrecking messages.
I don't think he'll be disappointed. It seemed like he went for a ride.
Well, you know, we'll watch his roll bar then.
Well, no, let's take something outside, because I want to see everyone's contact with them. Just to, yeah, something like that. Almost got through. And then hit.
Hit.
Nailed.
Hit. Oh my god!
Oh my fucking lord.
Jeez.
My source was correct. He was hit by just about everyone on the field.
Yeah, just about. And he's no doubt gonna have some repairs there, but he's still driving there from what I saw. I definitely want to watch that from his roll bar.
It had his fast repair. But that was an angry steering wheel throughout the incident.
Yeah. Oh boy. Maybe some ARCA braking going on here. Guy's not wanting to back down at all, and I can't really blame him. As we jump live back out here once again. It's our third green and white checker.
How you doing? Yeah, this is going to be the final green-white checkered. If it ends under a caution, it ends under a caution out here.
Kyler Wynn's still hanging on to this thing. Freddie Bassnett is going to be running next to him. Eckert, Barnes going to be the pushers here on that second row.
Just heard from Kenny, it will be ran out. The yellow flag is not going to be thrown here.
Oh,
So, that's what you like to see from our perspective, but I'm sure that's a little terrifying for some of these drivers.
Oh, yeah. I don't imagine they're going to be letting go at all. Pedal to the metal this
No.
whole last couple laps, no doubt.
Pace car now headed in,
Last time of the night.
no matter what. Kyler winning Freddie Bassnett front row. Across the Geico restart zone, and we are green. Last time of the night, here we go. Bassnett with a good bit of speed going through the turns now. Not the domination we've seen by the jump as of late. But Kyler Wynn now clear for a second. Huge pushes coming from Ethan Eckert.
Oh, they're getting
Kyler
icy.
Wynn. Yeah, it's not very straight. Ethan Eckert looking for a way around Kyler Wynn, it seems. But they're making it work. They're side by side with 2 to go out here. Third line opens up,
Oh,
and it's got a
boy.
lot of action.
There they go. That third line starting to make a run. Freddie Bassnett jumps up to get in charge of it. A couple guys trying to split the gap. We're seeing a bit of 4 wide going on there 3 rows back.
Yeah, white flag in the air, 1 to go. Kyler Wynn and Danny Barnes now are there on the front row. Yeah, but I think some of these guys are going to want to get through. I don't think they're going to want to push somebody else to the win. That second line got a lot of speed. Danny Barnes now clear as he...
Brian Henning's wrecking in the back
Oh.
somewhere.
Danny Barnes controlling right now, but here comes the third line. Freddie Bassnett with a lot of speed on it. That bottom line just seems a little dead, but here comes Trevor Asmanoff as he drops down.
Oh, boy.
We're 4 wide. Rocky Boy tries to split it,
Oh,
and
they're
here comes the
bumping.
wreck.
They're wrecking. They're smashing. They're
Oh.
clearing. The whole fucking field's clearing. Freddie Bassnett looking with the way through. Rocky Boyd on the outside and Kyler Wynn. Christopher McCullough. Oh, my God. They're wrecking all over. But Freddie Bassnett is getting the win. Holy shit.
Shit.
Oh! Oh, and what a race. And what
Oh
a
my
win for Freddie Bassinez.
god.
And I mean, I'm just trying so hard to scroll up so I can find where the checkered flag is. I'm just reading so many vehicles wrecking at the end. It's unbelievable. And Kevin, what a wild win for Freddie Bassinez as we're waiting for the unofficial results to roll through. I know he's one for the fast entry to the victory shitties, Kevin.
Yeah, and
So it seems I might have
looking
lied.
forward to it.
Slowing down, I think, maybe.
No.
No. Oh, he got some speed going in there.
There we go. Yeah, we take that.
Oh yeah.
That's manageable. Yeah, Lisa, that's incredible ending as far as theatrics goes. I know some of these drivers are going to be pretty upset though.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But from our perspective, that was pretty damn awesome to commentate and yell
Oh, yeah,
about.
it
That was
was.
awesome. Kick-ass racing, fellas. A great win once again for Freddie Bassinez. Oh, he's getting a little wall burnout, I think, Kevin.
Uh-oh.
Little bumper cars with the A in Talladega. As your unofficial results show up on screen, it's Freddie Bassinez getting first place, Rocky Boyd getting second, Chris McCullough getting third, Kenny Reel getting fourth, and Kyler Wynn finishing in fifth. And that's just a couple of your top 10 drivers there. So we're waiting for the interviewees to pile in and get ready. What are your thoughts on this race, Kevin?
Well, I just got a message from Sean Corbett. He said, "Watch my cockpit view coming to the finish. You've never seen anything like it."
Yep, I'm reading the exact same message from him in my DMs. I think we have to.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's see, we'll go to checkered flag. Check. Where'd he even finish?
He finished P9.
Oh, did he?
So,
Oh, he
you
did.
know,
Okay.
all things considered, it might be up. It might be a positive finish. Oh, I think what we're
He
gonna
starts
see is
way in the back. Holy shit, wait a
I
minute.
think what we're gonna see is chaos in front of him. Maybe a
Yep.
little Days of Thunder scene.
Let's see what we got here. This is Sean Corbett. Last turn of the race. They're bumping around. He sees the smoke. I mean, he's not lifting a damn bit. I don't blame him. They're just clearing out in front of him.
It's still. Oh!
Finishes
he's
on his
down.
head and manages to get a 9th place finish out of that.
Holy shit.
What a finish for Sean Corbett, too. Holy hell. And he's always an exciting one to watch out there, Kevin.
Yeah, and I mean, that was quite the finish for him.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And what's our interview situation looking like out here tonight?
Uh, not great. I won't lie to you.
No?
Right now, we got out of the top three, 0.
Well,
But you know,
hey, what
that
the
could
hell?
change.
You want
We'll go
Corbett
for
real
on for.
quick?
He's talking to somebody else, and
Is he? No, they just...
I'll we'll wait a couple minutes. But you know, while we wait, coming up, we got taking tomorrow off, and then I think we'll be back at it strong Monday, if I had to take a guess. Any tracks or cars that you gotta broadcast here soon, Luke? Or you're gonna lose it?
I'm going to lose my shit if someone doesn't do the 87 soon, Kevin. I've been itching for him. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep preaching it until I see it. I want to see an 87's money race out here. They're so fun, and I don't feel like I ever see them.
I gotta agree, they are pretty fun. And if anybody got into a top 3 position and is watching the broadcast, and would love to throw us a fucking bone. Please come over to the waiting room so we can get some interviews going.
Yes, please.
I mean, fuck's sake, someone in the top three is an admin in the league.
You know, if it wouldn't get us a copyright strike, I'd play the Jeopardy theme right now.
Unfortunately, I'm more than almost certain that would get us some sort of strike.
Without a doubt. But we got any other exciting news here for ninth gear we need to go over or talk about at all while we wait? Oh,
All
we got our
right.
two and one. Never mind.
All right.
Where are we starting?
Well, let's get one in here. Try to go 1, 2, 3. Maybe Chris will
All right.
wake up. Oh, there he is. We'll go 3, 2, 1. We'll go
All
3, 2, 1.
Perfect.
Hey, Chris, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, maybe some sleeping on some celebrating for you guys before the interviews because that was a hell of a race. And there he goes. Fast as he came, he went. Oh, Chris?
Yeah, you got me. I got moved for some reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got you. Like I was saying, hell of a race. I mean, that could have gone anybody's way. You were with 3 to go. You were running 23rd or 21st place, like the actual 3 to go. Before the green white checkers, and you're able to get yourself into a top 3 position. You want to talk us through, not only how you were able to keep your car out of the messes that happened there at the end, but how you were able to put yourself in a winning position
Well, that was
or
all luck
a
there at the
playing
end there.
position.
Yeah, that I needed a lot of luck to go my way, and it just happened that way. I ran good though the whole race. I ran up front, got turned out of the lead by Chase, not knowing where the brake pedal is. But then I came back, got caught in a wreck, and then, like you said, with 3 to go, I was 21st, and I just caught some brakes and just pushed people I knew. I mean, a lot of people had to pit there; they couldn't make it on all them green white checkers, so that really helped out. But yeah, I just ran as hard as I could and got lucky.
Yeah, and sometimes in these money races, especially at the super speedways, luck's all it takes. Tonight it went your way. Now you got some momentum. You think you're gonna be able to carry it, and we'll be able to talk to you more often?
Well, I'm hoping so. I had a dry spell for a while. Not much luck going my way, and things have been a little bit better here recently. So, just gonna try to like ride that wave and see where it leads me. But I feel pretty good with my moves. I feel pretty good with the side drafting. I feel like I'm tightening up a lot of the mistakes I've been making. So, if I can just keep improving and getting the little things down, then I'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. A good finish for you, getting some extra cash for the weekend. Congratulations on the finish there. Thanks for the interview. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I got to thank all these drivers for coming out and racing with us. A little too many cautions tonight, but we'll work through it. Um, Hopefully, we can try to get this community back healing and going in the right direction. A lot of controversy lately, so let's just try to get all these drivers and promoters and everybody together and try to be one big happy family again, at least for a week or two.
Absolutely. We're all here for the same reason. And that reason tonight is to celebrate Chris because you had a nice podium finish, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for all y'all do for us, and y'all have a great night.
Hey, you too, Chris. Thanks. That was Christopher McCullough getting a P3 finish out here. Hey, happy birthday, Chris Carter.
Oh yeah. Big happy
Next up,
birthday.
we're going to get Rocky over on in here. Hey, Rocky, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, sir, I got you.
Hey, man, how about that race? I think some people would consider that one to be rocky because there was a lot of cautions out here, and Chris just was over here and he said it was a lot of luck to get to where he was at the end. Do you believe the same thing for yourself, or do you think it was more of a skillful, strategic way to the front, avoiding the incidents?
The early parts of the race were all just positioning yourself. How you qualified, just because how hard it is to get through like the field in these cars at super speedways. But the end of that race was a little luck and some fuel strategy because some of those guys were running out of fuel and stuff. So I was able to get some track position there at the end, and it kind of sucked. The guy I was pushing in the middle on the white, I was gonna just push him to the win and try to maybe hang him last second and get it myself, but he ran out of gas out of 4, so I had to split him 4, and then I think we net coded and we all wrecked, but it's just part of it.
Yeah, part of it. Unfortunately, you were able to hang on to a paying position out here, so good on you. What do you think of the cars out here tonight? We saw a little bit of net code about on a couple of those incidents. I know we saw some with 38 car, but overall, how do you feel the cars handled?
They're all right. I'm not a huge fan of this car on super speedways in particular, just because the way the bumpers are, they kind of knock them around really aggressive, and it makes it really like sketchy being 3x3 and 4x4 the way we are. But for the cars that we had and the cards we were dealt, it was okay. I felt like everybody did a decent job. Just netcode caused some big ones, and then some inexperienced guys in the middle of the pack kind of just didn't really know where they were going. But overall, it wasn't too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, absolutely. A great race for you. I like the cars personally. I think we gotta see some action up here, and tonight we definitely saw that. Luckily, you were able to avoid it though and get into a paying position in the podium. Congratulations on that. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Christopher E. Carter. He sponsored me into this race. So I appreciate him giving me the chance to come race with these guys, and
Happy
want to thank
birthday to
my
him, by the
drafting.
way.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chris! I believe he turned 53 today, so
Ooh.
hope he has a good one. And I'd like to thank my drafting partners too. I've worked a lot with Caden Dieterich, and me and him have worked good together. And Jack and me, Jack Mace, we were working together that race, so we had a little group of us trying to stick together, and at least one of us were able to cash. So that was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on the success out here tonight, Rocky. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was Rocky Boyd getting it done and getting a P2 out here. And our last interview of the night is going to be Freddie Bassinez, who won the race. And we're going to have to see how he was able to manage that one.
Yeah, bring him on in, Kevin.
Hey, Freddie, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
What's up?
Hey, man, how about that race? I mean, that thing was chaotic from kind of the start to the finish. It was definitely getting, a lot more wrecks towards the end there. I mean, you were running 18th with 4 to go, and it wasn't really 4 to go. I mean, you slowly picked them off, and you were able to get yourself up towards the front for those last couple of restarts and just made the right moves. You want to talk us through how that went?
Well, yeah. Start of the race. I mean, I was really just chilling. I think I was up front for a little bit. Then I think me and Kyler's bumpers got locked and I got sent to the back. So around the mid race point, actually towards the end, I started to make my way back towards the front. Then Chase Mastretta thought he was Dale Jr. and killed the field. Well, really, it wasn't even his fault. I got net coded and got turned, so I don't blame it on him. Then I have to pit in, get a fast spare, and it might have been 5 or 4 to go, like how you're saying. When we went back green, and then from there, I was just trying to make moves. Ethan was in front of me, and even though we're not teammates anymore, we still knew we had to get up front. So, yeah, me and him we're just trying to go. And once we got that yellow, before the green white checkered happened, we knew we'd have a chance if it goes to 2, because everybody didn't have fuel. Then once everybody pitted, Kyler was first, I was fourth, I think. Ethan was third, so yeah, everybody was there pretty much. So we kind of got lucky that there was another yellow, but still. Then from there, I mean, kind of racing towards the end, and then a few more yellows came out, which that kind of killed over Kyler, sadly. But yeah, then at the end, I feel like on the green white checkered, I thought it was a bad move at the time when I went up. I thought it was dead. But then slowly we got the run, and then Ethan blew up on the bottom. Rocky got hot, and also Netcode turned Danny around. So yeah, once he came out of 4, it was just pretty much the win from there. And then Tyler, even though he's running out, he's still there, and the fact that he cashed was pretty funny. We were laughing in VC, but yeah, thanks to my teammate Kyler, he helped me out the whole race. So thanks a lot to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And able to get it done out here. It seems like we've been talking to you a lot out here, so maybe got some momentum rolling. You gonna carry that on? And if so, where are we gonna see you next? Any races planned?
Right now running Jimmy Crow's race. I just forgot to sign up. But yeah, right now I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow I'm pretty sure it's Little Dog, Big Dog, so I'm running that. Monday, Light, I'll be running that. And yeah, I race pretty much like every night of the week. Just try to get some extra money, which some nights doesn't go good, some nights like today does. So I don't really get mad if I don't cash, but still.
Absolutely. And, tonight, it was one of those good nights where you were able to cash. So, entry paid into Jimmy Crow's race. We wish you the best of luck there, and congratulations on tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one.
And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here? Sorry.
Oh yeah. First off, Kyler for helping me out the whole race. He's always a great teammate. Love to have him. So thanks a lot to him. Thanks to you guys up in the booth broadcasting. That's always fun to watch over. I'll probably watch that. That was a pretty crazy race. Thanks to all the McCulloughs put on the race and put on it was actually a pretty good race despite the yells. I liked it. Thanks to there is no RC, but everybody in the after race review room goes over and reviews everything because that's a lot of wrecks. And so thanks to everybody that does that. And thanks to the fans that are watching, and that's about it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, Freddie, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That was Freddie Bassinez getting the win out here with MMS. Look, could you real quick, I don't know if you have to go to his in car or what, but pull up Kyler's driver information and see if that works. He wanted to see if it updated, I think. So
Yeah, I do not have that as an option.
is it because he's not in the session?
I just don't know what you mean by driver info here.
What we just saw from Freddie Bassinez.
Oh, like just his name?
Yeah, but
This?
I believe so. Kyler, let us know. He said, "Can you pull up my SDK driver thing? I want to see if it works."
It might be like a panel or something we don't have enabled, so might have to get something.
I know there's a way you can edit your image and your writing through SDK as a driver, so
Yeah,
possibly
maybe a panel we got to get up or something. I'm assuming it's probably just a panel or something. But either way, a great
no
race
problem.
out here, and an exciting one as always out here with the MMS League. And I had a blast, Kevin. What we got coming up?
Yeah, we got. I want to say we're probably gonna have Masters of the High Banks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. And then Thursday we're going to Pocono with Burnt Rubber, and then Friday the Super Series is kicking back off after taking a 1 week break, and I think that's what we got for the most part this week. I'm sure a couple more things will fill up, but I think that's all of our races that we actually have scheduled, or are going to get scheduled. A lot of fun racing coming up. A lot of super speedway racing. Luke, I know you like it.
Oh yeah, Kevin. Super speedway racing always one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of the mid-range tracks though as well, so I don't think I'd be too opposed to seeing some of that here in the future. But either way, there's some exciting stuff coming out here for ninth gear as always, and big thanks to the drivers out here for coming out, making it exciting. Big thanks to the league commissioners out here for putting it on, and big thanks to all the viewers for coming out here and watching. And Kevin, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.